5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ignition. Liftoff.
Hey everybody, it is Friday. Thank the Lord. I am so excited that we are heading into the weekend, but this is a huge day. It is Santa Anita opening day. I asked on Twitter, on the StableDuel Twitter, I know it's big, what people are looking most forward to. And, from the views, from the clubhouse, from the downhill turf, there's a lot of things that a lot of people love about Santa Anita.
Yes.
Jeff, what is one of
I'm
your
so happy
favorite
the
things about Santa
downhill
Anita?
turf is back. And I love, sorry to interrupt you, and I love baby races today. Lots of babies, but I love the downhill turf.
There are some good baby races. And I actually think your chart is very, very intuitive on baby races. So we're gonna talk about some early baby races and kind of break down some of the maiden special weights, some of the maiden claimers. But no, besides the multiple graded stakes today on the card, we've got grade 1, American Pharoah, we've got two grade 2s and another one. There's just a lot of great races to build a strategy in the StableDuel app, and that's what we're here to do. So thanks for coming.
You're welcome, and I'm so glad to be back. I was here last weekend ready to go watch Arkansas, and then they absolutely dominated Texas A&M.
Did they?
Yes. So that was a big win. Now they're number 8 in the country. And then I was watching Hot Rod Charlie come home, my favorite horse right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had that 12-1 shot in, I think, race 5, Vine Jet. So
yes.
Parks was a good winner.
Yes. And I messaged you after because I was on Vine Jet, and I even went to your chart and I was like, all right, I'm on Vine Jet. And then here's what I was telling Matthew the other day from Amalfi Media. This is so bad of me. Here's what threw me off. When that horse came out in the post parade and it had the bright neon bridle, I don't know what it is, but those dang bridles make them look like they're cheap horses. And so then I'm like, oh, well, maybe I shouldn't have this one on top.
Yeah.
Of course, it won and had in the mix, but not on the top. So I got screwed. But yeah, your chart did amazing that day. You've been winning you've been doing very well in StableDuel games. What's your average per horse?
I'm averaging 31 points a horse through like 14 or 15 games, and I'm actually profitable. So I think my system is designed well for StableDuel. If people wanted, what I've done is I put Santa Anita up on my free sheets page, and I left up Parks from last weekend. I left up Delaware, the first video you and I did. So people can go back, they can look at the results, look at the videos. So far, I think we've had 3 good videos. Let's hope I don't blow it today.
Yes. Nope. Today you're not going to blow it. I know that this is going to be probably the best. Third time's a charm. My gosh, I'm terrible with phrases. Right. I will bring up just so if anyone is tuning in for the first time, what we are talking about is the charts at Charting Horse Value. Here is an example right here, and we're going to talk through some of these races. But I'll go through of what it looks like, but you can go much more in depth through one of our first videos. It's on the StableDuel YouTube page, and also Jeff has it on his website as well, chartinghorsevalue.com. You can see it down there scrolling. Free charts every single day. But if you wanted all of the track charts, it's just $20 a month, and that's every day these racetrack charts are up. I mean, that is a steal. $20 a month. You bet $20 on one race, guys. Like get the value picks. Go through this and get some added statistics to help you handicap the right way.
Best bargain in racing. That's what everyone tells me.
There you go. Best bargain. Yeah, and we've seen on Twitter, like we've had players that have messaged you and said, thanks to the chart today, I had this horse on top. So you've got again, StableDuel, you're going to have to pick some value picks. So a 12-1 Vine Jet, who we were just talking about, would have cost you $750 in your stable. You will have to have those horses if you're selecting the $9,000 horses. You got to balance it with cheaper ones. And this chart is a very, very good tool to use to pick those value picks. And also, it's a great tool to know what favorites, what short price horses you should be spending on. And you can see that right here with some of these favorites. Let me get my scroll over here. Here are the morning line odds. So this is what, you're spending big money on, and they're rated up here on the top. And we've got these values over here that we'll touch on again today with Jeff. But yeah, I mean, this horse is a horse that, according to and also, according to your PPs, you should probably spend some money on. So, yeah. Oh, wait, I'm looking at race 5. Yeah. Okay. Well, why don't we start at the beginning? I've got race 1 kind of I've looked at, and I know you wanted to talk about race 1 as well, Jeff. What are you interested in race 1?
Well, race 1 is interesting because if you look over my letter grades, you see I got like every single horse with a letter grade. So I think the race is pretty wide open. And there's only 7 horses in the race. So to me, this is a great spot to play one of those 15-1 shots, either Happy or Cool Your Jets. Now, in every race that I do, if you look over that letter grade, I give one horse a plus, okay? Mm-hmm. That's what I think is the best bet. And Cool Your Jets, second to bottom on the sheet, gets the plus. That's how wide open this is. But the horse I kind of like when I looked at the past performances is Happy.
Okay.
Now, Happy has a 0.4 on PFDS percentage, which is not great. Means he's doing something different today. And what he's doing today is he's returning to turf. Okay. And if you look at his turf form, you got to go back a few races. He has a win or a second or something. I think it was a win. And that's why he gets a 4.2 on best odds. Okay. So this horse to me is just a good long shot, and you're not going to get hurt too bad in a small field. Horse should come running late, could win, maybe takes third, but you're paying only $500 for a third place finish. So I like this Happy.
And something to note. So again, if we're looking, I don't know where you're looking to look at your data for your horses, but if you're just looking simplified in the StableDuel app, this is the horse detail screen. I know that I'm in a small whatever, but you can see, just as Jeff said, that the third race back, the horse ran on turf and won. So use the horse detail screen, which is free in the StableDuel app, and then use Jeff's chart, and you can have all that information between the two of them to help select the right horse for you. So Happy. I like Wilder than most. So that's the horse that I'm on. It would cost $6,000. And looking at the chart, we're looking at that horse rated on the second. And we do have a letter grade, and we've got the value here, 5-1 morning line, so $6,000. So what would you talk me off of Wilder than most looking at this, or am I doing okay?
I think you're doing fine. I think you're getting a fair price at 5-1. I don't think you're getting a great deal, but I think he's a legitimate contender, and I love that jockey of 10. So he's got by far the best jockey in the race, and so yeah, I mean I would not talk you off that.
Perfect. Okay, I'm going to stick with that.
Wide open race. Anyone can win.
I'm going to stick with that pick. All right. So then race 2, I know you've got some points on race 3, but I'm interested. So I have Bright Leaf on my list. Okay. And the reason is it's dropping in class, and then blinkers are off. And the trainer gets 29% of blinkers and off, and this horse is costing $6,000. So that's where I am. So is there anything on here that I should note or run away from according to your chart?
Well, I like the 2-3 form cycle. So the horse is making second or third lifetime start. That's good. There's a ton of speed in the race. I mean, You're My Boy Cat. I don't love the horse, but 78 energy is pretty good. I mean, Bright Leaf's down there at 70. And the little S next to the K plus, the horse gets 5-1. So the horse is ranked first in every single category I look at, and gets a little spot play S in front of the K plus. K is for, I used to call it kill. I've now changed it to K is for key horse.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I changed that. But anyway, I ended up taking You're My Boy Cat here.
Mm-hmm.
So I went chalk.
Yeah, I mean, and it is chalk, but the horse, it shows that it should win. I just gotta, especially in maiden races, sometimes I gotta find a little bit of value. So,
You did. You
all
found
right,
good
well, we'll go to race 3. I know you've got some thoughts on this one, and so do I. What are the important things to know in race 3? And race 3 is a maiden special weight, 61,000. It's 5 furlongs on the turf. So what are we looking at here, Jeff?
This was the very last race I picked a horse for. Okay. And that's how little confidence I have in this race. And that's what I wanted to point out. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 first-time starters. There's 3 horses with a 0.4 on PFDS percentage. So that's a lot of unknowns, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have a lot of confidence. But at the end of the day, I had 7,000 something dollars left. So I picked Trebbiano. I think it's a weak pick, but I had enough money, so I picked Trebbiano. But that's I think this is the kind of race you need to be very careful in, because it's very easy for you to run bad and lose a lot of points.
And now I'm going to point out a couple things that, kind of reflects your opinion right there. So the 2, now what's this number over here?
That's the betting confidence. So it's pretty average, pretty low to average. 5 is the best, 0 is the worst.
Okay, so this is something on the chart to take note of. So there's a little more betting confidence in this one. So 2, and then explain. So you can see when he was saying first-time starters, that's what the 1 is, and then the 2 and the 3 means it's the second or third start for that horse. Yep. Explain the PFDS percentage again.
Okay, yeah. So PFDS percentage, it stands for pace, fitness, distance, and surface. So it's figuring out how well the horse fits the race from those 4 standpoints. The pace, I analyze my pace, I do some pace analysis, I look at the workouts, I look at the distance, and I look at the surface. And so a 1, it gets a green. Anything 1 or over, you can get up to 1.3. But anything over 1 is fantastic. Anything below 0.5, the way I set the math up, 0.5 is a warning sign. So I would hate that 10 and that 8. 0.4 on 702 horses would be a big negative for me.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, good to know. So the horse that I liked in this one was Sumter. Still is Sumter. I actually had Trebbiano below. Kyle Frey is back on Sumter, and this is like a horse I feel like he would be excited to get on again, because he's due for the win, and this is the winner's circle moment. But you could actually argue that for Trebbiano again. This is second off a claim. Cedillo is back. And obviously there's a lot of things to like about that one. So for me, after looking at this chart, I kind of just need to decide where my conviction lies, is if I want to have Sumter up top or Trebbiano up top. But yeah, it's cool things to look and kind of compare what you're doing in your own thoughts and handicapping process, and then use the chart to supplement that and either change or strengthen your opinion.
Great point, Bri. Thank you for making that. I mean, I always recommend customers add something to my my sheets, whether it's their own handicapping or the data you guys provide in StableDuel, or, whatever, maybe it's speed figures, whatever they want to look at. But it's good to have a couple things to look at when making your final decision.
Yep, absolutely. Okay, so what's the next race we going to?
Let's go to the first graded stakes.
Okay, so we will go to race 6, I think.
Yeah.
Felt like I was going through PPs. I'm going all the way down there. All right, so we're looking at race 6, grade 2. This is 8.5 furlongs on the dirt. You can see over here, we just talked about, strength and betting opinion according to the chart. This is definitely stronger than the race 3 that we were just looking at. I actually had Grace Adler on top for myself as well. 9-5 is going to be a little bit expensive, but according to the chart, Jeff, why would you spend the money on Grace Adler?
That's who I used. I think it's the most likely winner on the day. Okay. If you look at my PFDS odds of 0.9 and my best odds of 0.7, so less than even money, and the horse is 9-5, I think that's a gift. The problem is, the only negative on this horse is that everyone's going to try to figure out a way to use her. And so I don't know if we're picking up any points, but at least we're not losing any points.
Right.
So I would be very reluctant to go against her. And I mean, if you did go against her, you could think about dance to the music, you know, but $6,000 is a lot of money to go against Grace Adler. So I mean, I don't know. It's tough. This was a tough one. I ended up using the chalk. I think it's the most likely winner in the whole day.
There you go. I mean, again, there's nothing not really to like about Grace Adler except what she's going to cost you in your stable. And eventually you're going to pay for ones like that. I mean, I've heard people say the worst strategy you can have, and I don't know if this is really the worst, is like just kind of playing it safe and sticking with those $5,000, $6,000 horses. And because at the end of the day, there's going to be fluctuation. And so your fluctuation could be Grace Adler costing a bunch of money and then finding that value pick that other people might steer away from. But if that horse, your value pick, puts positive points in your stable, that could be the difference between placings for you on the leaderboard. So yeah, I'm all about fluctuation. Okay. Is there anything else to hit on that one, or we're good with 6?
Not for me. Now this race 7 is interesting because I looked at the past performances, and Snapper Sinclair is on top of my sheet, but Snapper Sinclair is not a sprinter, and they're going down the hill. So we're going to go down the hill here. Yep. And that horse is just not a sprinter, and I don't think Whisper Not is either. So I ended up going, first of all, with Charmaine's Mia, who has been running at a mile. But if you look at the StableDuel on Charmaine's Mia, there's a race 5 back in January at Santa Anita going 6 furlongs, and she won. Now she'll go down the hill. She's clearly not going to be short, okay? She should get a great trip either on the lead or stalking Lieutenant Dan. And she's not going to be short. She's going to run all the way to the wire. And I think 10-1, man, I only got to pay $1,000 for that horse. So
I know, crazy.
That was my top pick.
And again, there are 9 horses in this race. But if you have an opinion that strong on a $1,000 horse, don't be scared by the 9 horses. I actually think Santa Anita is always interesting on how it kind of shakes up with some of the values and what live money is. Do you think that this horse is going to go off at 10-1?
No, probably 5-1. And if you look over on PFDS odds, I have him at 5.5, and I think my odds lines are better. I mean, he's going to get, or he or she, I think is going to get bet down. Lieutenant Dan is very legit. Anyone that plays that horse is getting a good deal. I think those 2 horses could run 1-2. Nice. So, anyway, I don't know how the track's going to play coming down that hill, but both those horses are legit, and they're going to be up front, and they're going to have to run by them.
Now, do you think so? Coming from that portion of the track, I remember, the Delmar Hill. You almost wanted to be a little bit on the inside, but you needed to be speed on the inside to get around that quick turn. Do you think that there is a post position that is a bit stronger coming down the hill at Santa Anita?
Great question. You want to be on the outside. So Lieutenant Dan's got a great draw because it's going to outrun Whisper Not and Snapper Sinclair very easily. And then you turn right coming down the hill. And so Lieutenant Dan is going to get a great trip. Charmaine's Mia, not quite as good a draw in the 4-hole, but they turn right, then they kind of flatten out. Then they have a very slight turn left, very slight for the stretch run. But there is an advantage to being drawn to the outside in going down the hill.
Yep. Okay.
So glad they're bringing it back. I missed it.
Oh. You missed what? I'm sorry.
The down the hill.
Yeah,
I really missed it. And used to, the way you could handicap down the hill is you just look at horses who have won going down the hill. Well, they haven't run in over a year, so you can't look at that right now. But I think the 4 and 7 look pretty good, and the 9 and 8 are not. They're just not sprinters. I have a tough time playing both of those.
All right, well, let's move on to race 8 then. So this is the grade 1 American Pharoah. It is 1 mile and a 16th on the dirt. This is one where they come across the finish line twice, where some people cheer, which, hey, it's if you can cheer twice going across the finish line, I feel like that's fine. Who do we got in this one according to your chart? And then what's your opinion here?
So this is a good one to talk about because I have a blog on this called like warning sign races. Okay. And this is a warning sign race. So a warning sign race is when a heavy favorite is not ranked at the top and if you look over the rank column, has a 1-1, okay, which is Corniche. And if you look at the energy, Corniche is dominant, 98. Okay, no one else is within 6 points. So what that does is, basically, I'm telling you, my program is not perfect. I run the same program for every race, and sometimes it breaks down. And this is a place where it's probably breaking down. And I have that horse at 5.9 to 1 on PFDS odds. That's wrong. Okay, the horse is better than that. So what that does then is it gives false value to Papa Cap and Phineas, okay, who are coming out of a graded stakes and they ran halfway decent. So I just want everyone to understand that the dynamics here. Corniche is going to be extremely difficult to beat, but no way I'm paying 6 to 5, especially for a horse that's stretching out from 5.5 furlongs, I think. Let me look at Corniche.
Yep.
Well, I don't have
it. 5.5. Yep. 5.5 furlongs was its first and only start, won by 4 1/4 lengths. But it's going from a 72,000 maiden special weight to a grade 1, and you want everything to look right here. Yeah.
I mean, the horse looks legitimately fast, but it's going to be stretching out for the first time. Baffert entered 2 other horses in here. So Baffert thinks, there's a couple others that deserve consideration. And I mean, I'm going to play against it. I'm going to take Papa Cap. It's not the strongest play, but you got to, I picked Grace Adler earlier. You're going to have to take some prices. Papa Cap, only $3,000, and it's got some tactical speed. And I think, ran 3rd in the Del Mar or Best Pal or Debutante or something like that. So Papa Cap is my weak selection. But realize that A+ and $44 of value is definitely inflated by the fact that I'm not evaluating Corniche accurately. So
and to your point, so it actually he actually won the Best Pal, which is a grade 2 at Del Mar, and was 4th in the Del Mar Futurity, which is a grade 1. So this horse has not only won graded stakes, but has participated in a grade 1 already. So against Corniche, some points is this horse has experience farther than Corniche does. And to the value point, you're getting $3,000 for a horse that has already run in a grade 1. And I mean, was competitive. I don't know if I'll say, 4th beaten by 5.5 lengths in a 6-horse field is competitive, but it won a grade 2. So maybe that just wasn't the trip that this horse needed. And it's going to get a much better trip here in the American Pharoah.
Let's hope so. He said he had a little trouble in that race in the past performance, but I'm going to take a shot here. And people could take Oviatt Class, Rockefeller. I think those are the Bafferts. Probably Baffert. Baffert's probably going to win the race. I think he's won the race like 20 years in a row or something like that. But I'm going to take a shot at Papa Cap.
I mean, today could be the day, though. Today could be the day that he's beat. And then when it is, I hope you tweet it
out. Oh, man. Yeah. So I think it's a great card. And, I know you guys have the $25 game that I'm sponsoring, but I think you got some other games as well.
Yeah. So, and I say this and I'll say it always again. If you have a good stable strategy and you are excited, do not play some of the bigger dollar contests. And the reason is you will see like that you would have won. Let's say that you play the charting horse value, which you absolutely should. It's $25. You could play 2 stables for $50 in that. And it's $1,000 guarantee, which I think it's on the move right now that it's going to grow over that. But we have a $5,000 game as well. So like play one of your strong stables in the 5,000 as well. And you could win both contests. And we've also got a double up as well. And plenty of Santa Anita this weekend. Use the charting horse value. numbers and data to help build your stable along with wherever you're looking at your PPs. If it's in the StableDuel app, it's actually a perfect add-on tool that is very budgeted compared to what you would pay if you're buying PPs every single day. And Jeff's great on Twitter. Reach out if you have any questions.
Absolutely.
You know, there's a ton of different things on the blogs that you can read, just like the warning sign races. Check that one out so that you're looking at what, you know, from the chart, you can kind of decipher against, you know, warning signs. What are some other big blogs that are good for people to read?
Oh, Overjocked. So Vava Voom, since we're looking at Vava Voom there.
Mm-hmm.
That horse is Overjocked, a -1 trainer with a 7 jockey. I look hard when I see that. You know, I got a whole thing on spot plays. I've got
Rank blog.
Rank blog. So there's a bunch of blogs out there. I recommend everybody that becomes a subscriber, I recommend you read all of them because they'll really help you dig in and understand a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think part of this is you're constantly learning. There is no one that knows everything all the time in handicapping. I mean, my gosh, it's horse racing. Like everything can happen, but it's fun, especially to even go back and look and say, okay, like what did I miss in this race? And sometimes you're going to be like, yep, I missed that. And other times be like, nope, I didn't miss anything. This is just what happened. But it only helps you learn for the next time out and build a strong stable, as Jeff continues to do in the StableDuel app. So what's your stable name?
#CHV. Okay. Which is what I've been tweeting that out a lot lately. And I didn't even remember what it was, but you know, that's what I set it up as. So it's perfect. So you'll always find me #CHV. Take pride when you beat me, because you know, many people have done that, and I congratulate you in advance.
Yes. Yep. So keep an eye out for Jeff on the leaderboard. Let us know what your stables are as well. Get in the game. I think first post is 4 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
4 p.m. Eastern. So you've got 2.5 hours to get through this. Guys, this is an exciting day of Santa Anita downhill turf racing, the mountains in the back. We are in a new part of 2021, which seems to be thankfully turning around. But let's have some fun with some Santa Anita races. And Jeff, thank you so much as always for coming on. Hit up chartinghorsevalue.com. Again, $20 per month. You get all the charts for all the races. What is it? Best bargain in the business?
That's what I think. That's what people tell me. I mean, I didn't make it up. People telling me that.
Yep. Best bargain in the business. So check it out, but free charts every day if you want to take a look for the first time. And that'll be it for me. Good luck today.
Good luck. Thank you. Bye-bye, everybody.